My beloved child, from the very first second you press play, something inside you already knows this message didn't reach you by accident. There is a reason your heart is beating a little faster right now, a reason your mind is trying to guess what might unfold next. Because today, for the first time in years, the truth about your past is rising out of the shadows. Not the version you were told. Not the version you tried to forget. But the version heaven recorded long before anyone ever hurt you, doubted you, or tried to rewrite your story. Listen closely, because every moment from here will feel like a curtain lifting, revealing pieces of yourself you didn't even know were missing. Someone tried to convince you that your past was a chain, a stain, a place you must never look back to. Yet what you're about to uncover will flip your entire reality upside down. The truth is not coming to break you. It's coming to set you free in a way you never imagined. Stay right here. Don't blink. Because what's coming in the next seconds will shake something deep inside you. For so long, you walked with a weight you couldn't name, a heaviness that didn't belong to you. Maybe it came from people who misunderstood you, maybe it came from moments that broke you, or maybe from secrets others kept to protect themselves, not you. But today, that hidden chapter finally opens. And the shock is this. Your past was never a mistake, someone needed you to believe that it was. They needed your silence, your doubt, your confusion, because the real story of your past holds power, power they were terrified you'd discover. Every tear, every betrayal, every time you blamed yourself for what you didn't even cause, all of it carried a meaning that was not meant to crush you but to position you. And now, as these words reach you, something inside is waking up. Like a locked room in your soul suddenly unbolting itself. You feel it, don't you? That strange pull, that sense that something huge is about to be revealed. Because the truth is standing right at the door, waiting for you to look it in the eyes for the first time. And here is the revelation you were never supposed to know: your past didn't bury you. It built a version of you strong enough to step into everything that was once blocked. There were moments you thought were endings, but they were actually coded beginnings. There were people who walked away, not because you lacked value, but because what was meant for your next season needed their absence. Every closed door, every sudden silence, every unexpected shift was not rejection, it was redirection. The universe didn't allow you to stay where you once were, because your destiny demanded more. And now, right now, in this very moment, you can feel something shifting in the atmosphere around you. This is not coincidence. This is not random. This is the moment everything hidden begins resurfacing, not to haunt you, but to reveal the version of yourself you were always meant to become. Stay with this message. The next part will expose what was silently shaping your path all along. My beloved child. There's a reason your spirit feels unsettled right now, a reason you can't look away even for a second. What you're hearing isn't just a message, it's a mirror being lifted toward the part of you that was never allowed to speak. And now, the truth about your past is beginning to throb like a heartbeat you can finally hear again. You remember those nights when everything felt confusing, when people acted strange, when situations shifted too quickly for you to understand? Those moments weren't random. They were signals, small cracks where the truth was trying to break through. Someone in your past didn't just misunderstand you, they misjudged your purpose. They tried to cover what you were becoming by making you doubt where you came from. But here's the twist no one ever expected: all this time, heaven was rewriting what others tried to erase. Every loss, every misunderstanding, every silence. It all carried a hidden message that waited for this exact moment to surface. And now, as you listen, the air around you feels heavier because the revelation standing behind your story is getting ready to speak. There was a moment in your past, a moment you might barely remember, that shifted everything. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't loud, but it was the instant your destiny took a turn only the divine could see. The truth is, you were marked long before the world ever touched you. People sensed something in you that you didn't even recognize in yourself yet. That's why some walked away suddenly. That's why some treated you colder than you deserved. That's why certain opportunities fell apart right when you thought everything was finally aligning. You thought it was rejection, but it was protection. You thought it was abandonment, but it was preparation. The universe wasn't punishing you. It was isolating you from people who would have crushed the version of you that's rising right now. And the wildest part? The very people who didn't believe in you are the same people who unintentionally pushed you toward discovering who you actually are. They shaped your endurance while trying to break your confidence. They sharpened your clarity while trying to blur your identity. They made you stronger without ever realizing they were doing it. Your past has been silently training you for a future that requires the exact strength you built through every single painful chapter. And that truth is finally stepping into the light. But here's where everything becomes truly overwhelming. The truth about your past was never meant to expose your weakness, it was meant to reveal your calling. Everything you survived stamped a signature on your spirit that cannot be erased. You were never wandering, you were being guided. You were never forgotten, you were being refined. And now, there is a shift happening around you that almost feels supernatural, like the atmosphere is vibrating with something unfinished finally coming full circle. You're about to understand why certain memories refuse to fade, why certain people kept resurfacing in your thoughts, why certain questions kept knocking on the door of your mind. It's because something that once hid in your past is about to transform your future. And the most powerful part? You can feel it. Your heart knows this message is not ordinary. Your intuition knows this timing is not random. Your soul knows something big is approaching. A revelation that will not just explain your past but rewrite the way you see your entire life. Stay with this unfolding. What comes next will bring the puzzle pieces together in a way you never imagined. My beloved child, before this moment, you thought your past was just a series of memories. Some painful, some blurry, some so heavy that even thinking about them made your chest tighten. But right now, the truth is unfolding in a way that feels almost unreal, like someone just opened a sealed envelope with your name carved into it. Something inside you is awakening, a realization that the chapters you once feared revisiting were never meant to haunt you, they were meant to unlock the version of yourself you were always destined to meet. There were people who tried to convince you that your past defined you, but they never expected you to rise above it. They never imagined you would grow into someone capable of turning scars into strength. The truth is, your past didn't damage you, it prepared you. And now, as this message settles inside you, every moment you lived before today suddenly feels connected, like the dots are finally drawing a clear picture. You can almost feel the shift, like the ground beneath your story is moving. Because the revelation waiting ahead is not just big, it's life-altering. There is a reason you were always different, even when you tried to blend in. A reason you felt things deeper, sensed things earlier, and carried emotions more intensely than those around you. You weren't weak, you were wired for something extraordinary. People around you couldn't understand the weight you carried, not because it was too heavy, but because it wasn't meant for them. You felt out of place in rooms where your future could not fit. You faced disappointments that weren't meant to break you but to redirect you into alignment. And the truth no one told you is this: the battles you fought in silence were actually battles someone else was trying to win against your future. They underestimated the resilience hidden inside you. They didn't see the fire that would rise after every fall. What they thought would silence you only sharpened you. What they expected to weaken you only deepened your purpose. And now, the truth behind everything you endured is stepping forward, slowly, powerfully, undeniably, ready to reveal why your life took the path it did. What once felt like chaos is about to show itself as divine structure. Here's the part that finally brings everything into focus: there was something in your past, an event, a moment, a truth, that you weren't ready to see before. Not because you were weak, but because your strength wasn't fully awakened yet. But today, as you breathe in these words, that strength is rising. The truth is that every unexplained feeling, every sudden loss, every shift you couldn't understand was leading you toward a destiny bigger than anything you imagined for yourself. You didn't lose people, they were removed. You didn't fail, you were repositioned. You didn't fall apart, you were being rebuilt from the foundation up. And now, the universe is pulling back the curtain on what's been hidden all along. Something from your past, something you didn't realize carried meaning, is about to become the reason your next chapter transforms completely. You can feel the energy building, the anticipation growing, the inner knowing getting louder. Because deep down, your soul recognizes that the truth approaching isn't ordinary, it's the kind that changes everything. Stay close to this journey. The next part will reveal the piece of your past that was never meant to stay buried. My beloved child, something inside you already senses that this moment is different. You felt a pull, a tension, a strange electricity through every word, as if your past has been whispering to you, waiting for the right second to reveal what it carried all along. And now, that second is here. The truth about your past isn't coming to break you, it's coming to crown you. There was a chapter long ago that you buried because it was too heavy to hold, but what you never knew is that hidden inside that chapter was the key to your destiny. Someone looked at your innocence, your kindness, your potential, and instead of protecting it, they tried to twist it. They tried to make you believe your worth was small. They tried to convince you that your voice didn't matter, that your future was limited, that your path would always be harder than everyone else's. But the shocking twist is this: what they meant to diminish inside you actually awakened something powerful. And now, the universe is pulling the truth to the surface, not to reopen wounds, but to show you the strength you never realized you built while healing from them. There was a moment they never expected you to remember. A detail, a decision, a turning point so subtle that even you didn't realize it shaped everything that followed. Someone from your past underestimated you. They mistook your silence for weakness, your patience for fear, your softness for fragility. But what they didn't see was the fire forming behind your quiet eyes, the resilience gathering in your heart, the calling sharpening in your spirit. They saw a version of you they thought they could control or overshadow, but destiny saw something entirely different. Your past didn't hold you back, it carved you into someone capable of stepping into a future others would never survive. And now, as this realization settles inside you, every doubt you ever carried begins to lose its power. The truth being revealed about your past isn't exposing your pain, it's exposing your purpose. The universe didn't let you break because your story wasn't supposed to end in the middle. It was always meant to evolve into something bigger, something stronger, something unmistakably yours. And now comes the moment everything connects. The reason your past felt heavy is because it was packed with meaning you weren't ready to see before. The reason certain memories lingered is because they were part of a prophecy your spirit recognized long before your mind did. You didn't come this far by accident. You didn't survive everything just to stay the same. The truth being exposed now is the truth that transforms you. Every setback positioned you. Every heartbreak purified you, every loss made room for what's coming next. The universe is shifting in your favor in ways you can't yet see, but you can feel it, like a quiet thunder rolling behind your future. And now, as the final veil lifts, one thing becomes undeniable: you were never the person your past made you believe you were. You are the person your destiny has been waiting to reveal. Stay close, because the next chapter won't just explain your past, it will make everything you endured finally make sense. My beloved child. Before you take your next breath, feel this: the truth that has been rising through every word so far is only the beginning. What's coming now is the part of your story that was never spoken, never explained, never fully seen, even by you. There is a moment in your past that you keep replaying in your mind, not because you want to remember it, but because your spirit knows it carried a message you were too young, too hurt, or too distracted to decode back then. That moment wasn't random. It wasn't meaningless. It wasn't just another memory floating in the fog of your life. It was a signal. A breadcrumb. A divine mark on your timeline that has been pulsing in silence, waiting for this exact moment to rise. You've blamed yourself, questioned yourself, doubted your intuition, and convinced yourself that maybe you were imagining things. But no, your spirit wasn't wrong. You weren't imagining anything. Something was happening behind the scenes, something that shaped the path you would walk for years. And now, the truth behind that moment is stepping out of the shadows with a clarity that feels almost overwhelming, as if the universe is finally aligning the missing pieces for you to see the full picture at last. There was someone in your past who recognized your potential long before you did. They saw the power you were carrying, even before you understood your own strength. And because of that, they treated you in a way that didn't match your worth, not because you lacked anything, but because they felt something around you that intimidated them. Your light didn't make you fragile, it made others uncomfortable. Your sensitivity didn't make you weak, it made you intuitive. Your kindness didn't make you a target, it made you chosen. And everything you went through because of that, every misunderstanding, every silence, every moment you felt unseen, wasn't because you were unimportant. It was because your presence carried a weight that others didn't know how to handle. They misread you, they misjudged you, and in their confusion they tried to shrink a destiny they never had the authority to touch. What they didn't realize was that every time someone tried to limit you, the universe expanded you. Every time they tried to hide the truth from you, life found a way to reveal it anyway. You were never meant to fit into the spaces that rejected you. You were meant to rise above them. And now, the truth is showing you exactly why every single shift in your past happened the way it did. Here comes the revelation that ties everything together. Your past didn't break you, it activated something inside you that was dormant. It awakened your intuition, sharpened your vision, and gave you the strength to sense red flags long before they fully formed. The situations that hurt you the most are the same situations that taught you the most. The people who walked away didn't weaken your story, they strengthened your direction. The moments that felt like detours were actually shortcuts disguised as heartbreak. And now, as the truth unfolds in front of you, it becomes clear, nothing was wasted. Not a single tear, not a single lesson, not a single night you wished things were different. You were being shaped, refined, and elevated for a future bigger than anything you imagined. And deep inside, you can feel the shift, like a door in your spirit opening for the first time, like the weight of years lifting off your shoulders, like something inside you whispering, now you finally understand. Stay with this message. What rises next will expose the final layer of truth your past has been protecting all along. My beloved child. There is a reason your heart feels heavier and lighter at the same time right now. It's because the truth that has been inching toward you is finally close enough to touch. You can feel it, like a pressure behind your ribs, like a memory trying to breathe again. For years, you've carried questions you never dared to ask out loud. There were moments from your past that didn't make sense, moments that felt incomplete, moments that left you wondering why things unfolded the way they did. But what you never realized is that those unanswered moments were never dead, they were waiting. Waiting for the day your spirit would be strong enough to face them without fear. And that day is today. The veil that once kept you in the dark is lifting, slowly, steadily, revealing a truth that was always meant to reach you when the timing aligned. Every beat of your heart right now is echoing something ancient, something meaningful, something that whispers, this is what you were meant to know. Stay with this feeling. You're not imagining the shift. It's real, and it's happening right now. There is something you forgot, not because it was unimportant, but because life moved too fast, pain grew too loud, and you didn't have the space to understand what you felt back then. You remember the confusion, the tension, the heaviness, but you don't remember the meaning behind it. Someone from your past didn't just play a small role in your story. They shaped a turning point you weren't conscious enough to see at the time. They said something, did something, made a choice that seemed ordinary on the outside, but spiritually, it changed everything. You didn't notice it, but your path shifted the moment that incident happened. And what they meant for themselves ended up becoming a divine signal for you. The universe took what someone mishandled and turned it into the spark that pushed your destiny forward. That's why certain memories feel louder than others. That's why some people linger in your mind long after they left your life. It's not because you're stuck, it's because your soul recognizes the weight of moments your mind hasn't fully decoded yet. And today, that decoding is unraveling, piece by piece, like a long-locked door finally unlocking itself. Here is the revelation you've been circling without even realizing it. Your past wasn't a trap, it was a trigger. A trigger that activated your purpose. Every misunderstanding awakened your clarity. Every heartbreak awakened your boundaries. Every disappointment awakened your direction. The truth is, you were never too late, too broken, or too lost. You were being aligned. Your story wasn't falling apart, it was falling into place in a language only destiny could speak. And now, as this truth rises in front of you, something inside you feels strangely relieved. Like your spirit has been waiting to exhale